Why did they change it?
I'm trying to Google
Wild
this.
shit, eh? Why did they change it? I've also realised
Another
that...
conspiracy?
No,
okay.
this is no conspiracy. We're taking a break from the conspiracies. Why is it that some months are 31 days and some are 30? It should have been clean. If you have 13, it's perfect. It's 4 weeks and that's 1 month. And if you actually think about it, it's all maths. 13 months would have 4 weeks every single month. They changed it to becoming 12 months. Why? I'm not sure. And also, who decided work should be 9 to 5, 5 days a week? Who came up with that?
Probably
Anyways.
the Rockefellers.
Who knows how things are made?
This wasn't supposed to be a conspiracy segment.
Sorry, I couldn't
Notice how
help
he
myself.
was just slowly sliding into that territory.
He's steering it into that category.
It's like he's got it's like you walk in with an agenda and then he's got his own agenda.
and he's like, "Psych,
yeah.
I'm gonna take over."
Yeah.
No, I'm stopping. Go, let's go.
Living the dream, boys. Living the dream.
Take it away, Karthik.
How you guys doing? That is the taking away. It's always the first segment.
Really, really good.
Very good. I mean, it's, very good.
Very, very glad to hear. As always, our first segment, just to catch up. I feel like it's hard because sometimes when we record these, they're not often too far apart from one another. But that being said, just highlights. TLDR, as you guys always say in corporate
Yes.
lingo.
Too long didn't read. That's what TLDR is.
Finally, actually, you know
Oh
what
my
it
God,
means.
you didn't know that?
Nah, didn't know.
Okay.
I knew what it meant.
So
Just
when we used to say it, what did you think we were
I
saying?
know what it means, but I never knew the actual acronyms.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, that's what it is.
It's like, when you know KFC is KFC, but you don't know what it actually is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, cool. I'll start, I guess. Best of the week, I suppose. Had a really rewarding weekend learning about something, which I'm about to talk about on the podcast. I've also realised
Another
that...
conspiracy?
No,
okay.
this is no conspiracy. We're taking a break from the conspiracies. I'm starting to learn some more productive things this week. Just some really cool stuff that I'll share with you guys.
So it's a tease for what's to come in this
yep,
in this actual podcast.
in this episode,
Oh,
yes.
fantastic.
So-
Don't have to wait too long.
He's running his own promo.
Again.
Worst of the week was for any cricket fans who were watching Ashes.
Oh, yes.
It's a 5-day test match and it finished in 2 days. So it doesn't matter who you go for. That's just shit.
I feel like as a brown person, I don't do our culture justice by not liking cricket. It's just not my thing.
But you're not a sports guy in general.
No, absolutely not. I can
you
just,
don't like any sport?
I like tennis. I like watching tennis because the back and forth rallies are pretty sick.
Okay.
Like, do you know the players and all
like
that
the
stuff?
main ones.
Like who?
Rafa.
Okay.
Does he still play?
I don't think
I
so.
thought he retired.
I don't think so. And then anytime when you boys talk about UFC, we actually go and see something, I just get hyped about it. So
Yeah, okay.
to be honest, I've realized it's actually just a spectatorship. Like whenever
Yeah, you're not like
there's
a fan.
Yeah, like whenever there's something big, I just
Yep.
watch it because the world's watching it. I'm like, oh, I want to know what it is and partake.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And then currently watching The Beast in Me. It's #1 on Netflix.
The beast in me.
That shit escalates real quick. So you watch the first 2 episodes, it's good. You're like, it's good. And now you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to go home and watch it. So
Interesting.
real cool shit.
How many episodes in this?
8 episodes,
And that's it.
just one season.
See, I can commit to that.
Yeah, you should watch it on the plane today.
Yeah, I might. On my new glasses.
Oh, I have to test this out.
Yeah, I bought
Tell
some
me
new
about this.
glasses, and I wish I had it here so I could have done a live react. But basically, it plugs into your phone, USB-C, and there's a wire that runs to the actual frame, and it projects your phone. Except it projects it on a dark screen
What?
towards you. Yeah. So the look and feel is quite literally like you're at the cinemas. Yeah.
Who's it by?
A company called Vicha or something like that. Mind you, this product came out like several years ago, so it's not exactly new. And since then, so many brands have come out since. It was a little treat to myself, but also Black Friday sales. I'm like, oh, I just want to get it. I had it because my colleague in the industry, he used it on our plane ride to Spain. And here I am like a pleb holding my phone up, and here he is just looking into the abyss with
But does it look
sunnies.
like- is
it
it
looks
like
like he's
sunnies?
proper. It looks like he's proper blind. Like when you look at it, you're like, this bloke must be blind.
Yeah, but what do you care? You're on a plane.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. But the quality was amazing.
Really?
He's
Yeah,
got
I'll
it in the office. We're going to
Yeah,
test
I'll
it out.
test it
Okay.
out. I'll test it out.
Okay.
It's actually really sick.
Follow us on our Instagram page, Living the Pod. Wait,
Living
Living the Dream,
dream.
Pod, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And yeah, we'll show some behind the scenes on there.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
sick.
hectic.
It's $400, but worth it. Worth it. So now I'll just download some
How
stuff.
much? $400?
$400. Yeah, but bro, worth it. When
So
you
apart from watching movies on this,
you can
is
do it
there
also
anything
in
else?
bed. I thought of a lot because you know how you said you watch like
Yeah, I'll
on
put
your
my
laptop
laptop
and
up.
stuff, bro. You're gonna get rid of that. I promise you. And
Did you want to tell me about this before we built a theater room in the house?
yeah, perhaps. And you've got prescription on it, so you just dial it left and right for blind people like this guy.
Well, I'm blind too.
Oh yeah, you are too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you can
Alright.
adjust it to your own. Yeah. It's
Oh,
sick,
alright,
bro.
keen.
We're
I
gonna
So
test it after this.
Yeah,
Alright,
I actually
keen.
reckon you guys will like it. So that wasn't my highlight, but like it's something on the side that was actually really cool. But yeah, what's your highlight, the Heaps? What's your highlight?
Was
of
there
the week?
anything you wanted to? What are you watching? If there's anything you're
Oh,
watching
okay.
at the
So
moment.
two things. Number one, Netflix came out with its like top, like most watched or valued TV series, which was Stranger Things, and never got into it.
You've never watched Stranger
I
Things?
think I've watched like the first couple of like episodes in season 1. Just couldn't do it. I couldn't
Wow,
do it.
okay.
Yeah. But that's number one. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm like, and it was up against You, which I remember starting with You back many years ago. So
You've
I'm
never watched, like, you never got into it either?
I watched season 1,
Okay.
and then I
okay.
think I got into season 2, and then I just dropped off.
Yeah, okay.
so it wasn't hooky enough for me or you. Apparently, did you get into
Yeah,
it?
we're like up to date.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And
we
do you
can't
reckon?
wait till the next one comes
Oh.
out.
and do you reckon
wow.
it's valued at the like it's properly ranked as number 1?
Yeah, I think it's actually better for you guys starting now because it's all like it's
already
now.
there.
Whereas the issue that everyone has with Stranger Things and many other shows is there's so much of a lag between like the seasons that you're like, well, I can't get back into this. So if they made it so that you could watch it like every 3 or 6 months, oh my god, it's good. I think you guys will enjoy it
Okay,
because it's
keen.
got that element of like a darkness thing, and it goes from like them being kids to like a bit older. So it means that the horror element, or at least the thrill element, gets better as well.
Interesting.
We've had this conversation though. Like, I can't watch shows or I can't watch TV for too long by myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I find it very difficult to sit there for like long periods of time.
Right.
Even if it's just an episode, I find it very difficult to just sit there on my own and watch it. Especially like I like to be as social as I can, but the times that I'm not, I struggle.
Okay, interesting.
I don't have that
struggle.
problem.
Yeah, no.
I watch many shows by myself.
I don't watch enough, but what I did end up watching recently was, I think it was Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, that's a
that's-
good movie.
that was a
Hugh
great
Jackman,
film.
yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Such a good film.
That was on my god, I'm on the edge.
yeah.
Yeah,
very
I was
good.
like, this is like it was up there a few times. I was like, oh, like let me just suss it out. Really good. Yeah.
So what are you going to watch on the plane? Do you have that prepped?
I've got nothing. So
Which
I'll take
airlines are you
I'll
flying?
take recos now.
Which airlines are you flying?
Malaysian Airlines.
Yeah, he's going to go Malaysian Airlines to Thailand.
I can't, bro. I don't know. Might have got the flight. Anywho, I don't know the.
Oh, you've already started this.
Yeah.
Someone else
Yeah,
has
yeah.
got the details
Yeah,
sorted.
yeah.
You're just going ahead. I'm just
So my thing is that when I'm traveling with Sandra, obviously I've been traveling a lot with, and I will spend the entire week leading up to the flight downloading things. So I've got my iPad, I've got my laptop, I've got my phone, and I'm just downloading a bunch of things that I'm going to watch, right? And she's like, how are you going to watch all of them? Like, if you actually watched all of them, that's like 3 times the distance for the flight. Like, it's just not going to happen. I was like, no, but I want to have the choice to be able to do it. Then I get on the plane. The first thing I do is I go in
you
and
look
start
at- see what
watch
the-
list, right? Add to the watch list,
Yeah.
everything that's on the plane.
Yeah.
And she's like, so now you've downloaded stuff and you've got stuff on the plane. What are you going to actually watch? And I
Nothing.
watch like 1 or 2 things that I've already watched.
And then you
before.
fall asleep.
And then I fall asleep and that's it.
Yeah, I've given up on that. Like I used to do the same thing where I'll download episodes
So what are you
or
doing now?
nothing. I'll watch if there is something great on. Otherwise, I will just sleep. I'll close my eyes and I'll go to sleep.
I'm just
Fair
staring
enough.
into abyss like.
Oh yeah. Like I'm just it's the one time you can really completely switch off. You're there by yourself.
You're traveling next week.
I leaving next Tuesday.
This is for Dubai.
Yeah, and Abu Dhabi for the F1. So I'm really excited. It's a
Exciting.
very close year this year. So I'm very grateful, feeling fortunate to be in a position of watching the final race where it could be anyone's game.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know what any of this means, but I'm actually very excited.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
I can.
I'm going to be
see
on a yacht for like 2 days for the actual F1.
a yacht.
series.
So you're
Yeah.
going on a plane across the world
Yeah.
to get on a yacht to watch a car race. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, modes
Yes.
of transport things.
Yes. Because in my mind, I've watched F1 for a few years now, right? And no, I wasn't part of the Drive to Survive, Thrive, whatever the Netflix show is. I was watching it in the background. But I always said to myself that if I'm ever going to go and watch it, I want to watch it at like the premium level.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I don't want to just watch it, and that's nothing to people that do that. It was just a personal thing that I wanted to experience the full thing. So yeah, it's 2-3 days going with one of my best mates. He lives in Abu Dhabi, so he's taking me to the entire event, the experience, a 3-day experience. You get to even walk the track and stuff, so it's
Yeah,
pretty
sick
cool.
invite, Big Ish.
Yeah,
Okay, well
big shout,
that's
Ish.
brilliant.
He's going to
with
clip
him.
that part. He's going to put it into our WhatsApp chat. And he'll be like, hey, you should have come, Shama. Anyways.
Yeah, vlog part of a document. Keen to see. Any other highlights of the week, lads, that we want to share?
Yeah, so I think I touched on this, but yeah, we're in the final processes of hiring the people for the new business venture that we're kicking off.
Okay. Exciting.
So I've actually got an interview after this, straight after this podcast.
So we have a hard stop.
We have a hard stop.
Soon.
Yeah, we have a hard
I'll
stop.
keep an eye
but
out. Tom.
Hence why no conspiracies today.
No conspiracy
Otherwise we'd be
today.
here.
It gets wild.
Otherwise,
all
we're
day.
here for the next 3 hours.
Mm.
But yeah, I think overall I had a great, pleasant weekend. It was nice to just kind of just completely switch off. Spend time with my uncles on Saturday, which was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That
how
was random.
that?
I wanted to ask you about how that would
So
have been.
I forgot that you
just
went.
for context, I was the youngest there.
Oh, nice.
We went to the
A nephew spending a night out with
uncles.
his uncles. And
Two
what
uncles.
What are the age gaps here?
So Uncle One, he is 65, and Uncle Two he's 10 years older than me, so he's 45.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a bunch of fun.
Yeah,
right?
like we all get along.
Get
really
along
Yeah,
really,
they're
really
just
well. So
mucking around.
Uncle One, he's a member of the Lakes Golf Course. So he
And that's
got
like, I don't know
this-
again much about it, but it's like an expensive fee thing every year that you kind of pay to be
Well,
part
yeah,
of this.
membership
like
fee.
it's
Membership
like
fee.
$30,000 to just be a member at this, and
And
it's
this-
also a wait list. You can't just pay it and get it.
And this isn't just about golf. This is
It's
so
no,
much more than just
It's
golf.
more than golf.
Interesting.
Golf is just a medium in
Yeah.
this case, but
Yeah.
very interesting because it was like a wine tasting night. And what
Oh,
what
that's
I
why I
found-
didn't get invited.
Yeah, of
See,
course you wouldn't
That's
get-
why.
You would, the
Also, it was past 6 p.m. Mate, you already, like, the cutoff's done. Like, you wouldn't have gone out anyway.
it's
so.
socializing on the weekend. What?
no, he doesn't do that.
Sit at home.
But it was like a really interesting experience because I'd never been part of something like that. Like, would I do it again? Probably not. But it was nice to experience something different. And what I also realized is that whether you're 85, 75, 45, or 35, guys just seem to be the same. Their humor, the way they are. There was like 2 guys sitting next to me that had the cricket on while the actual wine experience was going on as well. The wine tasting was going on.
right.
But guys don't seem to change. Another guy was telling an adult joke on the side. Like it was just, I was like, this is what we do now.
yeah,
This is it.
It's that concept. You know how, like, I think it was like a meme or something. Maybe it was like a short video on the internet somewhere. And it was basically the partner. She was like to the guy, hey, what are you thinking? And he's like, nothing. And she goes, no, what? You can't be thinking about nothing. Like, you have to be thinking about something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm literally, I literally am looking at the wall. Like, I'm thinking nothing. And it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like, that's
insane.
how we're very fortunate because we're probably too dumb to be always thinking. But it's, how good is it to just be able to go,
Like I'm
nothing.
good. I'm just sitting here.
And they gaslight you and go, oh, no, actually, I was thinking about something. I must have been because I was staring at
Then
the
you got to
wall."
make something up.
Yeah, and then you have a fight. Then you have a problem.
And then she says, I'm fine.
The only other highlight that I had was, okay, this is a bit weird. I'm going old school with this. Grab your thoughts. I thought it was actually kind of interesting. Bought a calendar. I bought a magnetic fridge calendar. Let's bring him back. I'm saying let's bring him back. Hear me out. Hear me out. So I'm setting my goals for next year, which I'll talk about closer towards the end of this year. But in prep for that, one of the stats that I found out is that you're more likely to hit your goals if you actually start it before the new year, not on 1st of Jan. So 60% of goals actually knock off by, I think, February. Funnily enough. I actually wrote my goals down at the beginning of this year, which I was very happy about. So anywho,
How much of that did you achieve?
I'll tell you later. But
Okay.
most of them were pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Okay.
Bit ambiguous, but yeah. Anywho, so I'm deciding this year to buy a calendar. And I don't have anything in my fridge. I never do. But this time I want a calendar. And it's more for mechanical things. But one of the goals I'll share is to grow my followers list on Insta, right? Because I had a number for that, which Deeps and I have been
Yeah.
in competition for. But this time, next year, and I want to hit 100K.
Okay.
I want to hit it,
Which you will.
which I will.
Which
It's
you
not
will.
if, it's when. But in order for me to do that, that means every month I have to hit at least 8K in follower growth, which means
Now-
every week I need to do XYZ as well. So
For
yeah.
the audience listening to us, do you want to just provide them a bit of context? regarding-
Context was I was already in my business established. Deeps all of a sudden came out of nowhere, popped off with his socials in context. And we just had this like subtle thing going, but like, oh, you're going to outgrow me. I'm going to
This was during
you.
your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just around earlier this start of this year. And we just had this little like, oh, where you're at, what are you doing? And I've eyed his content, he's eyed mine. We've tracked numbers. We just wanted to see how we're all sort of going. And so continuing on that theme, now it's like I grew from, by the way, 17 to 45 in 1 year. And that's 17,000 to 45,000 in 1 year. So I'm thinking, okay, I've more than doubled, more than 2x'd. Let's more than 2x again, and let's get to 100. I was thinking conservative, let's just go 80. I'm like, well, no, let's go to 100. That's my push goal, which means, and I spoke to you about this, about wanting to get back into content as well. So in order for me to hold myself accountable, at the beginning of every month, I'm going to write down what my number is. At the end of the month, I'm going to write down what my number is. And then in between, I'm going to map out this day, I have to do content, like without fail. I don't know, I'm trying something.
So that's the point of the calendar on the
That's
fridge?
one of a few points of the calendars, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll share the other goals closer.
Do you
towards
have a
yours.
calendar on your phone?
Yes. But you were the one who told me this, that you're actually, when I Googled it, you're 40% more likely to hit your goals by just writing it down.
Yes,
So
that's
case
true.
in point.
That's true.
I'm quoting you to you, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, a big hack, and it's good that you brought it up, but like my hack for yearly goals is that I spend December thinking it's January. So exactly the same thing, but I've been doing it for a few years. And so what you do is you go, I'm not going to make my goals in Jan. I'm going to make them for December.
Yep, makes
And
sense.
then you start
Love
putting
that.
in all the habits because it takes you a little bit of time to get into the habit of doing it. So come Jan, everyone's like, ooh, it's a new year, new me. And you're like, bro, I've been doing this for a month. And so you're already in it.
What's funny was I didn't even have a segment called goal setting, but I feel like we're talking about it. I had something in mind going towards the next few episodes, closer towards December. I'll actually give you homework now on air to be accountable. And I got this segment from another podcast. Basically, going into 2026, I want you boys to come back to me, and we'll say it live on air, the word of the year for 2026, what you want it to be. Okay? Now, what that means is like,
I already have my word.
for
Yeah,
next
so do
year.
I.
Yep.
Oh, what
All
the
right,
F?
but we'll do it in a later
I
episode.
haven't thought of...
We'll do it later.
Okay, I think I have a word, but I'm thinking.
You
about
got to
it.
love the word.
You gotta love the word.
Yeah.
Yep.
You already had a word.
Yep.
You already have a word. Oh, okay. Well, good. All right, good friend.
But we'll do that in another episode.
Mm.
But it just got me thinking. Calendars. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. So the original calendar was actually 13 months. And if you actually think about it, it's all maths. So 13 months would have 4 weeks every single month. They changed it to becoming 12 months. Why? I'm not sure. But why is it that some months are 31 days and some are 30? It should have been clean. If you have 13, it's perfect. It's 4 weeks and that's 1 month.
I'm trying to Google
Wild
this.
shit, eh? Why did they change it?
Why did they change it?
Okay, so the Julian calendar was adopted in 45 BC, but was not perfectly aligned with the solar year, which is approximately 365.25 days. The error was about 11 minutes per year, which accumulated over centuries, causing the calendar to drift from the seasons. So in 1582, Pope Gregory something reformed the calendar, leading to the current Gregorian calendar. So there was an actual scientific change.
And
reason
also,
behind it.
who decided work should be 9 to 5, 5 days a week? Who came up with that?
Probably
Anyways.
the Rockefellers.
Who knows how things are made?
This wasn't supposed to be a conspiracy segment.
Sorry, I couldn't
Notice how
help
he
myself.
was just slowly sliding into that territory.
He's steering it into that category.
It's like he's got it's like you walk in with an agenda and then he's got his own agenda.
and he's like, "Psych,
yeah.
I'm gonna take over."
Yeah.
No, I'm stopping. Go, let's go. Let's go. First
Anyways,
segment.
I'll keep you in tabs with when the calendar stuff arrives and how I'm tracking with it. But
Okay.
I do want to talk about your goals closer towards the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do
And I
an
think that'll be an
episode.
accountability piece because the podcast I got it from, they reviewed their word and reviewed their goals of a full episode dedicated towards that.
So why don't we do that for an episode then?
Okay, so
done.
goals.
Goals.
Okay,
Goal
I like
setting.
that. I like that.
Yep.
We'll keep that for closer towards December then.
Yep,
Done.
A bit more relevancy. All right, moving on to the actual segment. We are going to have some fun. So I've got a few games.
Yes.
We did have an actual serious segment to talk about, but goals was kind of a side story to that. The first one is actually, again, taken from another podcast. It's called the first and last word sentence game. I'll explain. It's a game where the player starts a sentence and the last sentence the person ends on, so the last word the person ends on in that sentence, the next player has to start a sentence with that word. For example, we have a podcast where we have a lot of fun. Fun is something that we used to do a lot in school. School is where you go to get educated.
Yeah, okay.
Education is something that not everyone has access to.
Yep.
To do or to die, but what is the rule point? Oh, whatever. You get the
Yeah,
point.
okay.
How many
Okay.
rounds of this do you want to go?
Until someone F's up or until we get bored. Either
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Rules is we can accept variances of a word. So if it's like people, then peoples or like variations of
Okay,
any
yeah.
sort of words or
Okay.
whatever it is. Who wants to go first?
You start.
Please. I think you should just go.
Okay, maybe I'll start.
Go for
'cause,
it.
Yeah, whatever. I had a very satisfying weekend.
Weekend is what I look forward to, so I don't have to talk to people.
People are important for everyday life.
Life is what you want it to be.
Be me. Beyond people.
Wait,
Can
is
I do
that
that?
No. It has to be B. You can't. What is beyond?
Be me, be you.
I think you suck at this game.
I don't know.
We'll try one more time, just because I was.
Maybe
That's a
he's
hard
me-
word. How
what-
would you do it? How would you do be?
Be the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
Oh,
that
that's
took him
good.
2 seconds.
That's good. Sorry, I glitched.
Okay, why don't you start?
Why don't you start then?
Okay. So over the weekend, I watched an incredible movie.
Movies are something all three of us like to do for fun.
Fun is a state of mind.
Mind me.
Bro, you suck.
Mind me?
Mind me? What about like mind over matter or some shit? Like,
Okay,
bro,
let's-
for someone who's probably got the best like communication out of all three of us, you really suck at this game.
Bro, this is like I found a gap in my head. I can't figure
Try
it out.
again. Mind.
What did you say before?
It was him. It's not
Mind
me.
over matter.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's a
matter.
good thing.
It's a good thing.
oh.
Oh, how the tables have
All
turned.
right. Okay. All right. Thing. Yeah. No, I'm out. Thing. I don't know how to start a sentence.
Fool gave me so much shit just like 10 seconds
All right,
ago.
what's the next game?
We'll
Next
try.
game.
We'll try one more round, and then we'll move on to the next segment.
We'll end up back in the same situation again.
Yeah, no,
What's
F
the
this
next
game.
game?
I hate
What's
this.
the
Alright,
next
okay. Well, it was actually a talking segment piece, and it was a bit more serious. That's why I needed the game to segue into the actual series.
I
but-
think we've had a bit of fun.
Okay, yeah, cool. It's about taking risks, and I wanted to specifically
We've all taken risks.
exactly. I thought, oh, what a good talking point. So I've come up with some questions that I thought it would be interesting for the viewers to get your take specifically. I think both of you guys have involved a lot of risk over your lives. I think you guys take risks financially, personally. I think there's risks taken in business all the time, so professionally. And I thought it'd be a great segment to include here because even myself, I've taken risk. I actually wanted to ask both of you, I've already got my answer, which I'll talk about in a second because it's funny. What was the biggest risk that you think you have ever taken in your entire life? You can make it professional, you can make it personal, don't mind.
You know what's interesting? Because of the number of risks and micro risks that we take, it's a very difficult question to answer.
So you're so prone to risk?
Risk prone.
You're risk prone. You have a high risk appetite essentially.
Very high.
That it's almost an everyday thing.
I think there's an associated level of risk we take every day.
Okay. Well, let me reframe this. When do you think was
Why don't you start? Well, you
Okay,
tell me
well,
your
okay,
biggest
well,
risk.
yeah,
I
it's
know
an
what
int-
yours was, but go.
Yeah, and I'm bringing it up for a very particular
Yeah,
reason.
go.
So my risk is buying a camera, and
Do you
it
remember
was
that?
yeah, and I'm gonna exactly
I ripped into that guy.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell the viewers all on air exactly how this went down.
Yes.
So obviously, you know,
It was
doing
the year?
2017.
Back in my day.
Back in
Yeah.
my day. Where I knew what I was going to do and I hadn't shared it with anyone. So the camera had arrived already at this point, and I'd spent a lot of money back in 2017, which for a grad earning 65K a year is arguably a lot. I think I spent close to like 10 grand or some shit.
For a
As-
guy who doesn't know how to use a camera.
Exactly.
And for
even,
a guy that did 15 hobbies before that.
yeah, and it was concerning because it was like I had not once expressed a shred of interest in any of this.
Correct.
And I remember the day I told you guys, I'm fairly confident it was at the movies as well in Livo, Westfield. Shout out to that place. And I remember telling you guys that, so I bought a camera.
Was it there or at
No,
our-
it was.
at
I
our
remember it was
family home?
there. Oh,
I feel like it was at the
Yeah,
family
I feel like it was
home.
at the family house.
That's where I distinctly remember this conversation. coming
actually,
up.
possibly there. But I remember there's something about the cinemas. Either or,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter anyways. But the crux of that conversation was interesting because you both ripped into me.
Yeah.
And you both were like in some form of like, what the F are you doing? And
Is this your big moment? Look at me now, bitch.
nah, it's not even
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's like the takeaway from all of this is even my closest mates can often doubt me, or you can even doubt yourself. But until you don't try, you'll never know.
Oh, that's good shit.
But yeah, look at me now, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Own it,
so
own it,
that's-
own it. Say it with your chest. Say it.
Look at me now, bitch.
No,
Anyways,
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. I think you've done
you.
really, really well, and I know you don't give yourself enough credit for it,
I don't
but
think I ever will.
to see you just absolutely shine in your respective field, and to not just shine but just completely dominate. Yes, could there be things you could be doing
absolutely,
better?
without
Absolutely.
fail.
But irrespective, the consistency that you've shown is a direct reflection of where you're at today.
Thank
so
you.
congrats.
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very good at photography.
Now flipping it back to you guys,
Be
I
me.
need an actual risk that you guys have taken, that you guys believe is like a big one.
Okay, I took a risk to leave a full-time job, and I was like doing well at the job. So I was a grad at Mars Chocolate, and
Which was your
that was
it
the
job
dream.
for
Like
you.
that was it. Like working in chocolate, which I absolutely love, and in marketing. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And then having the right people around, knowing that like basically my path forward was just there, and I knew exactly where I was going, and I was very happy about it. And taking that risk of leaving that to then go, actually, I want to go run my own thing, and went into conveyancing. So that was the first leap of faith going, I'm going to take a good paying job in the dream company to now go and test something for myself. And
It's a big risk.
yeah, so
big
it's
risk.
worked out. What about you?
I think the first noticeable risk that I made was when I left to move to India to pursue acting.
Yep.
With no connections whatsoever, picking up and just literally leaving without knowing what the prospects of it
you were
looked
how
like.
old at the time?
I was 25, 10 years ago.
Wow.
It's 10 years ago. Can you
Yeah,
believe that was 10
2015.
years ago? Yeah.
That means 10 years ago, we were going to visit you in India for New Year's Eve.
yeah.
I remember
Bro, that was 10 years ago.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy.
That was like the worst New Year's ever.
Yeah, that was pretty
We were
shit.
sitting in a corner.
Bro, what?
Yeah, that was real chat. Yeah, fun times, but
Yeah. See, that was because I still remember giving in my resignation at a time I was being given a promotion. So my manager was sitting opposite me and said, "Hey, this is a promotion to your next role," and I was like, "No, thank you. Here's my resignation." And she was like, "Why are you doing this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm just doing it." And mind you, I was in a 4 to 5 year like steady relationship then as well with someone. So I let go of any stability that I had to go and pursue something that I had no idea where I would land in. So yeah, about a year. I was out for about a year and a
Yep.
bit.
Yep.
okay.
So that was my first major risk.
The follow up to both of your stories, as a question I wanted to ask you is, why is it that you guys believe that you have an appetite for risk? Because when I think about all the other people that I have in my life, there are noticeable gaps in terms of their risk appetite. And I'm talking about financially, I'm talking about personally, professionally, like people would naturally play it safe. And I want to sort of allude to that because I think it's an interesting segment that sort of crosses over in every facet of life, right? Whether people are talking about investing financially, about, oh, I don't want to buy more than one investment property because how can I afford it or whatever, or like, oh, I can't justify paying that fee or whatever it is, right? Why is it that you guys believe that you are so open to taking on that risk? Or, yeah, and what are your thoughts just generally on that?
Well, the biggest risk is not taking the risk. So if you think life is about just being safe, that is the biggest risk you can take. So if you actually flip it around in your mind and you go, by me playing it safe, I've actually taken on the biggest risk. Because think about it, if you play it safe, you've got a job and you're asking for stability, you've got your income that comes through and you're at a company that's pretty stable. You don't want volatility. So you want safety. You go and buy your own home, safety. I don't want to move around. I just want safety. The biggest risk is in that case, because if your job makes you like redundant, or like wherever you're employed, you get made redundant, guess what? You got no other skills and you don't have the mindset, the proactive mindset that someone would need to get a high paying job now and at a company that's going to be progressing further and further ahead. So you decide, I'm going to take no risk because I want to play it safe. And suddenly you can find yourself just being completely blown out of the water because there's people out there willing to take a risk. And so back to your point is we're so comfortable with taking a risk because you know the alternative. You know that there is no alternative, and that alternative that looks safe on paper, think about everyone that's taken up safe jobs and that's going to get replaced in the next 10 years by AI. How is that safe? I remember like when we were growing up, you would have been told the same thing. Get a banking job. Banks are safe. You'll never lose your job there. And then they started getting rid of branches. Gone. The one industry that you thought was so like safe. And think about the GFC. It was the banking sector that got hit the hardest. After that, I was like, bro, just risk it for the biscuit. Obviously, there's smart, calculated risks, and then there's dumb risks, like going and playing blackjack. Like, don't do that. But that's where I sit with it.
Which is your favorite, like, casino game to play?
I'm pretty good at it.
Out of all the ones.
But I can only do it once a year. And with like $200, and that's it.
As in you have an allowance of once a year?
Yeah, I gave myself an allowance.
Oh.
Once a year, that's it.
Have you done it this year?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Gold
Used
Coast.
up allowance.
I went to Gold Coast. I was staying at the Star. And then last year I went to LA and then I went to Vegas. So I was like, oh, I'm in Vegas.
Well, the year before that, we went to Melbourne and you played there.
Yeah.
I was next to you when that
There
was
you go.
happening.
Just once a year, that's it.
Did you win?
I've lost every time except Vegas.
Oh, okay.
I won a lot of money there.
Of course.
It was like 200 and then went up to like 2,000 USD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but walk away.
Walk away.
Very nice.
You took the risk and then you walked away.
I have to say, I resonate with everything that Ruvs has just said. I think one element, and I don't know whether you resonate with this, but I think where it stems from is, now in hindsight, what I'm about to say will make you question why I would have thought like that, but I think it's always very relative and subject to at what age you're at and what like level of exposure that you have as well. So what I mean to say by that is that I think our first layer or exposure to risk was dad. Dad had a very not can-do attitude, but a do attitude. You know, whether it be, you know, investing into real estate regionally. You know, we didn't know what that was. We were like, why are you buying properties all over the country where no one really lives or you've never heard of them before? But I think because dad has always been very, like dad's a, you know, year 10 dropout, you know, made his own pathway to get to, you know, the career heights that he did to. But I think because we had no associated pressure with needing to follow a certain pathway, you had the ability to create your own. And through the means of trying to create your own and having that level of exposure with, say, someone that took risk. Now, obviously, his risk threshold now is nothing in comparison to the risk that we're willing to take. But it was a good stepping stone into a world that was very unknown to us. And in a large way, there was no awareness to it. Like, you didn't grow up knowing that there was risk in anything. And to see someone like your dad go through that, you're like, oh, like this is just the way it is. So I think that was our first step into it and being exposed to it. And then because you had the ability to just create your own pathway. And as brown guys, you know, you generally get this idea of, you know, needing to follow a certain pathway for stability, which ultimately yields you the highest return on, you know, finding someone that's getting, you know, worth getting married to and whatnot. But I think that's where I sit with it and how I think we've been able to over time take that level of associated risk.
See, it's interesting because the comment that I would have made on this is, as again, as South Asian family men who were raised within the same orientation, right? It's like all our parents knew were migrate to the country and you find stability, period. And then not only that, you teach that to your kids. So what's funny is that...
Which is really counterintuitive,
exactly,
by the way. Because you move to a new country, that's the biggest risk anyone can take.
Exactly. So I'm like, hang on, how does that make any sense? But further than that, it's also a mindset piece, right? Because granted, our families have all done the same thing, yet your dad has gone, well, no, I want to take a risk. So for me, it's like I can't fully blame or use ethnicity as an excuse, as a byproduct that leads to safety. I think it's despite whatever situation you've been born into, it still is required for that individual to overcome that by some means. And it's, again, by perhaps introspecting or asking yourself, well, what does risk actually really mean? And those conversations aren't really being had. You know, a lot of people said to me, oh, that's so cool, you're doing what you love, right? Like you're a wedding photographer and you've found your passion and purpose. And I'm like, yeah, but what you don't know is that I tried maybe 4 or 5 things before that have all tanked. You boys have had your fair share of own experiences as well when it comes to your career that whether people knew about or not, that I'm not too sure, but you've now gotten to a point that point was only achieved because of risk. And I think it's hilarious. It's like, well, what's the alternative, right? It's like complacency. it's, yeah, although like safety looks and sounds and feels great, you're not really able to live a perhaps meaningful life or explore a life, right? It's like that opportunity cost, right? It's like explore a life that you perhaps could be thriving in rather than just getting day by day. And I think that's the part that I wanted to talk about more than anything, because I think all three of us relate to having a risk appetite. And I think it's grown every year, but it's grown exponentially. Like now it's like, oh, let's try it. And I don't think I've ever hesitated recently from trying something new, but have gone, well, let's just look at the track record of things that I've done or, you know, people have achieved, right? It's like risk was involved in every facet of those points.
It's like a bell curve. So you go in the beginning, you take the least amount of risk. And then as you go through, the people that make it in life or successful or want to get ahead, they take on the maximum amount of risk. And then they fall back down to where you just get into like capital preservation and you don't want things to change. So you take less risk at that point.
I mean, just on that, you know, you're about to have a baby.
Yep.
Do you
Big
think,
risk, boys.
do you think your risk profile will change once you?
That's a
Yeah,
great
it's
question.
already started changing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How
Full
so?
send. Nah.
Risk all in. Mortgage the house.
No, it's weird. Like, I'm sure there's science behind it, but apparently, like, as the hormones change for the mother, it also changes for the father.
Okay.
And it changes for you to become this provider.
Yeah, I've heard of this. I've heard of this.
So, like, already, like, it's just weird. Like, the way that Sanjo interacts as a mother, I've seen it as well. So, for context, she's about 6.5, 7 months in, right? So, she will, when she's, like, not hungry, she'll be like, before it was just, yeah, I'm not hungry, whatever, I don't care. But now she's like, oh, but I should probably eat something because I feel bad for baby, right? So she's already thinking about this other person. In my head, I'm also like, oh, I have to go and do X, Y, and Z, not just because for myself. I was already thinking about Sanjo, but it's now like, oh, but I've also got to provide that for little one. And so and we still got like another 2.5 months till the baby's here. So if you're already thinking like that, it's weird.
It's gonna, yeah, okay.
But from a risk appetite, like I have, like financially, I think is your biggest part when you're having a child and you're like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. So if you can get the financial part sorted, you're like, okay, I might have to just go a little less risk on. Now, mind you, my level of risk appetite is
Still-
like substantially higher than most people.
Yes.
So
yes.
me coming down by about 10% feels weird for me. Like I'm jittery, like I'm like, I need to take on risk. But it's like, okay, I just need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I reckon the first like 3 months of having the kid, I'm going to be like, okay, just hold. And then I think it's like a beach ball underwater and then just like full on risk.
But then I think you're gonna go like then you're vicariously risking it through, say, with what we're doing.
Yeah,
Or I'm
Keen.
taking the lead.
Keen,
on
you
it.
guys should
So,
take more risks.
Good
shit.
I think you'll still be taking risks, but in different ways.
Yeah, I think so.
But I like that you're leading the way. Like for me, and you know, again, I'm grateful for being younger than you guys, but also in life stage as well. It's like I'm very grateful of the people who have been older than me to pave the way and sort of see, okay, how did that person take risk and what has that led this person to do and achieve? And I think for me, it's like, okay, cool. Like it sort of excites me or makes me go, okay, I'd be open to that when I'd get to that point. The other risk I was sort of thinking about is all three of us have overlapped in content, right? So we all have careers built around content. There is an associated risk with putting ourselves online. Now, that comes down to how people perhaps judge us or perceive us. That comes down to the credibility in which we're presenting. That comes down to our personal brands, whether we even feel confident. I can remember the first time you stepped out in front of camera, the first time you did any content piece, and even myself, and bruh, it was pretty shit. It was pretty shit. But that's risk, right? Like you're looking at something you've never done. And I bring up content because it's perhaps more relatable than anything else in this current capacity of life where everyone perhaps knows a little bit about content in some shape, way or form, whether it's a day in the life video, whether it's a come get ready with me, or whether it's like starting a YouTube channel, right? At some point, if you have an Instagram account, you probably might want to post content professionally, maybe. And that is an associated risk. And it's so funny because I got, DMs from random people who are like, oh, hey, like I really want to start this thing. And like, I just want to know what audio you use, or do you have any tips and advice? And I'm like, the advice is just start because, and I'm sure you'll relate to this as well. It's like, you're going to learn 1,000 things along the way and you're going to just do so much. I think Hormozy or somebody else says this really well. He's like, produce 1,000 pieces of video content and just release it every single day, or like record and release every single day. And by your 100th day, you will realize so much from your first day.
He talks
And-
about the quality comes from the quantity.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Wasn't there like some sort of trend going up on socials where you'd have to post every day for 30 days or something like that?
Yeah, perhaps.
Just different pieces of content. And
Yeah.
it was interesting to see a few people start it, but never really follow through
You
and
know what's
finish it off.
interesting? I would challenge anyone listening to this is forget even having a business, just post content and just see what happens, what change you go through. Right? You'll probably stop caring at the day 30 about what people might think. And you might actually discover a skill that you'd actually be good at in the concept of posting. Right? It's like, you look back at something that you've done for the first time versus your 100th time. Factually, you will get better unless you're that shit and you just tank at everything. But like, yeah.
Well, then it's all right to quit because then the market decided you shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
You've got to
true.
put in your side and then let the market decide.
So if anyone listening to this segment, wrapping this part up, is sort of, considering taking a risk, open platform boys, what would you tell them in this moment? One liner each.
Do. I'm not even going to say a line. I'm just going to say do.
Just a word.
Just do.
Full stop.
Do.
Just do it, Nike.
Be me. What I mean by that, be authentic.
Yeah.
So don't try and come on to YouTube and try and be like Ravi or, hey, I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to post photos like Karthik. Like, just do what you do. And you actually don't in life, you don't have any competitors because no one can say anything the same way you can because you're, as a human, you have layers to yourself. A lot of people don't show that, but everyone's unique. As soon as you try and be someone else, you're competing with someone else. And why would you want to compete with someone else? Just be you.
Just compete with yourself.
Yeah.
Compete with the version that you were yesterday.
Yeah, wow. Guys, I've got an interview
No,
in 3
because
minutes.
we've got one more game to play.
No games. But what I will say is before we finish up, because we'll leave the game for the next one.
Fair.
But have you ever thought about why people still buy DVDs and CDs in stores?
Oh my God.
I spent about 3 hours on the weekend because I try and learn stuff, right?
Okay.
So I was learning about this.
Okay.
And I understood. It makes sense why I was learning about this. But wow, I figured it out.
Okay, so
What's your theory?
Okay, I've got two answers.
Go.
One, nostalgia, and two, ownership. I briefly said this to you. It's like Christopher Nolan, I think, said that people should actually buy DVDs because you don't own anything on Netflix or Amazon Prime. So it's not yours. At some point, it's taken away. You don't actually own that product. You pay for a subscription. And nostalgia for nostalgia, like, how we talked in the previous segment about actually having that relation back to your childhood.
Yep.
I've always thought if you have a DVD or a cassette or whatever it is, it's nostalgic. So
That's
that's
cool.
my two answers.
I think for me, it's like another byproduct of an experience that you take in life at any point. It's like for people, they love the act or the art of making coffee for themselves. It's the experience that they invest in. Very similar to people that were used to go into like rental movies and stuff like that. It's like it's the experience of doing it.
So where did this come
Both
from?
very good ideas.
Thank
The
you.
reason why I came up with this was because, as you guys know, we're in the process of building the house. So we're getting a theater room in there. And I realized I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't really spend money on, nice clothes and I don't have to go out every weekend to fancy, like restaurants and stuff. So I'm like, what I want is if I have anything in life that I want to prioritize. So let's say you go and buy groceries, I'll go get organic food. Like I want the highest quality in the stuff I do, right? So as a result of that, I was like, hey, if I'm in the theater room, I want to have the best experience possible because you spend so much on the screen, the projector, the sound system. So when you're streaming,
I figured it out.
so when you're streaming,
Is it to do with the Wi-Fi thingy?
no, this is why you need to do the hours of research, my
Sorry.
friend. But I'm
Go
breaking it down for you. So when you watch something on Netflix and they say it's 4K, Dolby Atmos sound, it's not actually, because the amount of megabits that have to go through, so that's just pieces of information that have to go through, can only be limited because what they're trying to do is produce enough quality for the masses. So even though it says 4K, you'll notice that when you like pause it or you're watching something, you're like, it's
Shit.
still grainy. Like that's
Yeah.
not 4K. But that's because they have to provide for everyone. Now, if they provided the actual amount that you need for 4K or a Blu-ray disc, which is actually 10 to 15 times more megabits,
Oh, shit.
the whole system will crash. So when you're streaming, yes, it's for convenience. Yeah, and most times you don't really care. But if you want the best experience because you're getting the best projector and now you've got 120 inches to play with, right? You're going to go, I can notice all these things. Now, for most people, they're not going to care. But I went down the rabbit hole and I've understood that I care. So what's going to happen is why people do it is because they know that if you get the DVD or the Blu-ray disc, it is the highest possible quality without loss of sound and loss of quality in terms of picture. Now, both of you, by the way you're looking at me, is like, bro,
I get it.
You do you. You do you.
Yeah, I get it. And
You
if
do
that
you.
makes you genuinely happy, I couldn't be happier for you.
Bro, wait till you guys get to watch Dragon Ball Z, not on Crunchyroll, right? On the 4K Blu-ray system.
Keen.
And then we're going to make a review of that.
So when I asked you any highlights for the weekend, this was your actual
Oh,
answer.
yeah.
This is a great
This was
highlight.
Sunday, 3 hours. I was down like in the rabbit hole. Wow. There's another thing called Kaleidoscape. And it's basically like, I'll tell you guys about
Next
it later.
episode,
You
next
can create
episode.
your own Netflix. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's like Plex.
Whoa, where'd you drop that
Thank
one
you.
from?
Yeah, I'm not just a pretty... Yeah, Plex. Daniel's got Plex, my brother-in-law.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, I reckon it's where we're headed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
100%. Your
Love
own
it.
server. Yeah, it's genius.
Guys, good episode. He's got to run to an interview.
Yes.
I've got to go do some work, and
I got content
Karthik's
to
going to go show him his glasses. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next week.